Warning, this content is for entertainment and educational purposes only. This video is brought to you by First Detachment Nutrition. Battle tested, expert formulated. Use discount code AB10 at checkout for 10% off. All right, bros, Big Paul here today with another contest prep update. I am 6 weeks out from the 2024 Masters Nationals in Pittsburgh, PA. I'm going to go through all my contest prep updates today. I'm going to talk about my cycle, my health, my trend experience. We're going to dig into that. Also, my diet and my training program. We'll get into all that in just 1 second. All right, so to start off here, I have been doing these live recently with Q&A, and I got quite a few people reach out to me or complaining. They said that the live with the Q&A was just too out of control and off topic. I liked it, so I don't know if people like it or not. If you do, leave a comment in the comment section below if you want me to bring back the live version of this or you want me to do the pre-recorded version. The guy said that the live one was too long to listen to. So we'll see which you guys like better. Just leave a comment in the comment section below. All right, to get to what's going on with my prep right now, my weight dropped 4 pounds this week. I am at that point in prep. It always happens to me where I start having rapid weight loss towards the end and my metabolism spins way up. I don't know why this happens to me. Some people it happens to, some it doesn't. I have a really wild metabolism. I get a lot of clients reach out to me. They want to do as little cardio as I do and eat as much food as I do. I am very unusual. I will say this, like 98% of the people that I prep can't eat the amount of food that I do and do as little cardio as I do and get lean. It's a blessing and a curse, both. The issue is that I lose muscle super quick if I go too hard. So I have to be careful. I've had that happen before where things have just spun out of control and I end up flat as a pancake and stringy at the end. So trying to avoid that, keep myself full going into the show. So right now, like down 4 pounds, my daytime weight is 251. I'll say this is the leanest I have ever been at 251 pounds walking around weight. I looked at my pictures from last year. I essentially am about where I was 3 weeks out at 6 weeks out, maybe 2 weeks out. I still have a little bit of fat to lose. We'll go through the check-in photos here in a second. I have a little bit of fat left on my back, but my back is definitely a lot leaner this week. So I think it was a productive 4 pound drop. Some of it was just water. Some of it was glycogen. I'm pretty flat right now, but so far my strength is holding. My legs have actually gotten stronger on prep, which almost never happens. Usually you're just trying to maintain weight and not lose strength on prep. Right now, my fasted glucose is in the 90s. My blood pressure is 120 over 80-ish. Somebody was commenting about how red my face was in the video I did with Justin the other day. That was because I just got a spray tan done. I had a double coat of spray tan. You can see it on me. That's why my face is red. It has nothing to do with my blood pressure. My blood pressure actually tends to get too low on contest prep sometimes, and I have to drop my blood pressure medicine. I had that happen the last 2 preps, where I started getting lightheaded when I would stand up, and I went and checked my blood pressure and it was like 90 over 50. So I have to drop the blood pressure med. I did take a deload like a week and a half ago. So that helped. I'm back on training full intensity now. Health, my sleep has improved much since I dropped the trend. I'm going to talk about the trend here in a second. And my shoulder that I hurt with my dog. My dog I have a torn labrum and my dog yanked on my leash or his leash, and we're going after another dog and sort of popped my shoulder out of socket, and it was really sore for, I don't know, a good 10 days or so. I had to back off training. I think it's about 85% right now. But like I said, on contest prep, I'm not trying to get huge, and my shoulders are my strongest body part, so it's not like I need to train them hard right now anyway, so just trying not to get hurt. All right, folks, I want to take a quick break from this episode to tell you about the new e-course that Kurt Havens and I have put together, The Scientific Principles of Anabolics and PEDs. This is the most comprehensive PED course ever put together with over 80 modules, including intros to PEDs, major steroid profiles, competitor off-season cycles, non-competitor cycles, contest prep cycles, HGH fundamentals, insulin fundamentals, side effect management, safer use concepts, fat loss agents, estrogen management, and advanced PED and hypertrophy science. It is the best course out there of its kind. Go check it out. Link is in the video description below. Check-in pic. So let's see what we got here. So first check-in pic. This is from the front. Sorry, it's a little blurry. It's on my shitty iPhone. This is with the shitty check-in pics with the crappy light and everything. When you look good in the crappy light, you know that you're going to look good on stage. I get clients that I work with all the time. They're like, I look way better in the posing room light at the gym. Yeah, everybody looks better in the posing room light at the gym. Everybody looks better in the gym. You're going to look like crap in your home lighting, the natural lighting at home when you do your check-in pics with a crappy camera. That's how you can tell you're ready. And that's what I tell people. If you look good under the crappy light, you're going to look even better on stage. So that's when I can tell that I'm getting close to being in shape, is when I start looking good under the crappy light. I guarantee you that Hadi Chupin looks great under the crappy light on his check-in pics. That's not an issue for Hadi. The front lat spread here, I like tossing it in because I look the best here. Everybody likes to comment on my stomach. I had a abdominoplasty done. Had some loose skin. I also had some deformities from skin cancer. I had skin cancer on my stomach and had to have a large portion of my abdomen removed for skin cancer, lymph nodes, and a bunch of other stuff. So I have some huge scarring. So I had some reconstructive surgery done on my stomach just from being fat for a period of years, and also from my skin was just deformed. There's not much I can do about it. Some of it is stretch marks on my stomach. Some of it is just a lot of veins. It's hard to see here, but my abs are incredibly veiny. It's really wild. From the back here, you can see what it looked like from the back. My back is starting to come in a bit now. Finally, there's still some fat on my lower back. I still need to pull some fat off my back. My glutes are already in. Somebody pointed out, look, I have saggy old man ass. That's just what happens when you're 50 years old. And the skin is tightening up a bit, and it'll tighten up at the end. I have no fat on my glutes right now. I have shreds in my glutes. It's hard to see from here, but I have that one glute that looks different from the other. Somebody asked about that the other day. I tore my piriformis muscle a few years back. It was incredibly painful. It was one of the more painful injuries I've had. So I've got a divot in my ass on the one side, and it just doesn't flex correctly. It's still messed up. I don't know that there's anything they can do to fix it. All right, so food. Justin cranked my food up this week. I had that 4-pound weight loss. We're trying to get ahead of it, so everything went up. But you'll see here my medium day, which I train 6 days a week. Medium days are any training day that is a non-high day, and I do one high day per week right now, which is Friday for me. No logic to it. It's just when I like to go out for my cheat meal on Friday night. Right now, my medium day, my macros are 370 grams of protein. This is direct macros only. I am not counting the protein from secondary sources like in the rice and stuff. So this is direct animal product protein, 370 grams. So really, my protein's probably over 400 grams. More protein than I typically eat in the off season, but the protein keeps you full on contest prep. Also, we had the protein video up the other day. You might want to check out. I think most people vastly overeat protein. I pull it way back in the off season. I'm down around more like 1 gram to 1.25 grams per pound of body weight. But right now we're in a calorie deficit, so probably keep it a little bit higher. Carbs, Justin pushed the carbs back up. I think it was at, where was I at before? 350 is where I was at before. So 425 grams of carbs. And added fats are at 45 grams. I am not counting the fats from the protein sources, but I try to keep my protein sources as lean as humanly possible. Right now, my protein sources on prep are chicken, whitefish, usually cod, and I will do one protein shake per day. I have reintroduced protein shakes. I've been slowly getting myself reacclimated to using protein shakes again. The added fats typically come from nuts, avocados, olive oil, fish oil, flax oil. It's a combination of all that. I want to make sure I'm getting EFAs in. I try to keep my saturated fats to a minimum and my EFAs as high as I possibly can. Most people vastly overeat saturated fats and undereat EFAs. The average American does. Also, bodybuilders seem to think that more saturated fat is going to make them bigger. Usually just makes your body composition worse. From what I've seen, you're better off putting those calories into carbs. At least those carbs can get stored as glycogen and help fuel your workouts. I find that pushing the fats higher usually results in a worse look. A high day right now, I do one high day per week, 330 grams of protein. We lower the protein on the high day, partially just to get the food down. And also carbohydrates are protein sparing, so you don't need as many as much protein on the high carb day. My protein right now is at 330 grams, as I mentioned. My total carbs are 1125. And then I don't know, I do a cheat meal at the end. I'm just guessing what the fats are, 70 grams. I don't know, maybe more or less, depends on what I have for a cheat meal. My medium day total calories is 3585. My high day total calories is 6450. Now keep in mind, because I'm not counting indirect macros, those counts are probably higher. Like on my medium day, I'm probably closer to 3,800 calories. My high day, I'm probably closer to 7,000 calories by the time it's said and done. I will tell you this, I lose weight when I get below 4,000 calories. 4,000 calories is 4,200, somewhere around there is sort of my BMR. It didn't used to be that way. When I got back into training, I don't know, I took about a 10-year sabbatical, 12-year sabbatical, something like that from training, from 32 to 44-ish, 43. I don't remember the exact time I came back. But I remember having to diet on 1,800 calories to get things off. I could not diet on this. This would be a bulking diet for me. Low day right now is 360 grams of protein, 200 grams of carbs, 84 added fat. We up the fats, lower the carbs on the low day. Total calories is 2996, so around 3,000, probably 3,200, not counting the direct macros. But anyway, that's what the diet looks like right now. I'm getting leaner on this. I will say this, I have an unusual metabolism. I get my clients reaching out to me asking me how they can eat like me. It's just, I probably work with one person, one or two people, I don't know, a couple people that are similar to me and can eat this sort of food and get lean. It's usually, you have to be big. The one exception is Kurt. I've never seen anybody can eat as much as Kurt and be a small, I shouldn't say small. He's not small. He's got a fair amount of muscle, but 200 pounds. I have not seen a 200-pound guy that can eat as much as Kurt does. He eats more than me and he stays lean. I have another client that, he's a big dude. He's 250, 260, and he's pounding down as much as me. Anyway, current PEDs right now, testosterone, Primo, Masteron, all at 150 milligrams per day. That is per day, not per week. I'm running a gram of each per week. And I love it when I get other coaches reaching out to me, telling me I'm taking way too much stuff. Dudes that, aren't competitive on a national stage. Thanks, bro. I love unsolicited advice from people who are not as far along in their competitive life as me and have less experience as me. But I'll be honest with you, this is the most I've ever run. This is the hardest I've ever pushed down the gas pedal. A typical off season for me in the past has been somewhere between 750 and 1,000 test and 600 to 800 of whatever chosen anabolic is. I like Primo. If I were younger, I'd probably run EQ. But this is where I'm at now. I thought about changing things up, but I keep improving. I was talking to Roman Fritz, and Roman's like, if you're getting better, why change anything? And it's a fair point. I continue to improve. I look better each week, so why mess with it? I did drop the trend. I was on trend for 1 week. I dropped it about a week ago. My sleep declined. I wish I had my sleep app up. I'll have to take screenshots of it up and put it on here the next time. But my sleep went from around 4 to 5 hours a night to 7 to 8 hours a night. So I almost doubled my sleep coming back off the trend just in a week. And to me, any effect that you're getting from the trend is going to be outweighed by the detrimental effect of lack of sleep. So I just pulled it out. The current estrogen management is 25 milligrams of exemestane every other day. I get guys saying, isn't your estrogen crushed? This is too much. We have a whole video up on estrogen. We go into very detailed research and conversation about estrogen. Most people, I think now, it's funny, it's come full circle, are running estrogen too high and not taking it low enough on prep. You don't want to completely bury it until you get close to the end, but I will tell you this, in my experience, you're not going to get hard and dry on stage unless you have completely buried your estrogen. You don't have to do it out of the gate. You can save it until the end. Somewhere around 2 to 3 weeks out, you're going to need to smash the AIs and get your estrogen as close to zero as possible. And that's how you get that hard chiseled look on stage. You're going to feel like dog crap when you do it. But that's what I have seen. I'll say right now, I don't know what my estradiol is. I haven't checked it. Don't care. I feel good. I don't have symptoms of low estrogen right now. So where I'm at right now seems to be working just fine at 25 milligrams of exemestane every other day. I will probably swap that out for an anastrozole or letrozole at the end the last 2 weeks and bury my estrogen. I dropped the tamoxifen like a week and a half ago because the gyno has shrunk back up as small as it's going to get. I need to get surgery to get that fixed on my right nipple that everybody likes to talk about. Current peptides right now, 9 units of HGH. It's not doubled, sorry. I ran it up to 18 for a week to see if that would make any difference with me losing size and fullness. I didn't see any difference, so I just pulled it back down to 9 because I'm running pharma HGH right now, and it's really expensive. So 9 is plenty on prep. I like running it higher in the off season. I don't think you need as much on prep. I do run insulin on my high days as needed. I let my blood glucose dictate that. Usually towards the end of prep, I don't need the insulin on the high days. I usually have to drop it. Fat burners, I'm running an ECA stack, 200 milligrams of caffeine, 25 milligrams of ephedrine, 81 milligrams of aspirin. I don't run it on the high day. Sometimes I run it 2 times a day. Sometimes I run it 1 time a day. I let my body dictate that. If I'm feeling very overstimulated and like I'm not going to sleep, I will not run it in the evening. I just take it in the morning. I am super sensitive to stimulants. I can literally drink a cup of coffee in the morning and I'm still buzzing from it at night. I'm one of those people. 80 micrograms of Clen right now, that will be going up to 100, I think, starting tomorrow. And that's usually where I max out on the Clen. I may have to pull that back down with the weight loss that I'm having right now. Health supplements, glucose management, berberine on the high days. I use the Suppressor Max product from First Detachment. You can use discount code AB10 to get 10% off. The link is in my profile below if you want to grab it. A whole food multivitamin 2 times a day, 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C, 5,000 units of vitamin D with K2, 500 milligrams of magnesium glycinate before bed to help with sleep. Cardiovascular health, 3,000 milligrams of fish oil, 2,000 milligrams of flax oil, 100 milligrams of quinol Co10, 1,200 milligrams of citrus bergamot, 1,200 milligrams of red rice yeast extract. I run a pretty robust cardiovascular stack. I don't know if it makes any difference, but it certainly is not going to hurt anything. When you're on PEDs, your lipids are going to be skewed, so it's important to pay attention to your dietary fat intake, especially saturated fats, and to take proactive action to manage your lipids, because especially as you get older, you're going to end up with an arterial blockage, or could if you let your lipids get out of control. It's another bro thing that's really weird to me right now is dudes thinking, having a 300 or 400 LDL is normal. It is not normal. Yeah, I like guys are like, oh, LDL, that's there's no evidence that LDL will kill you. I don't know. There's pretty well-established correlation between high LDL and cardiovascular disease. That's not to say that everybody with higher LDL will get cardiovascular disease, but people with cardiovascular disease usually have high LDL. And if you're already taking PEDs, something that's going to skew your lipids even further, why would you want to increase your risk portfolio? So this is just sort of like wearing the helmet when you're riding the motorcycle. It's still dangerous activity, but you're reducing the risk a bit. Liver, milk thistle, and Tadka. I use the QRF product from First Detachment, discount code AB10 again. Kidney, I use the Renal Reset product from First Detachment as well. For digestion, I use Oxbile with every meal on my high days, digestive enzymes, psyllium husk nightly for fiber. I don't eat a lot of vegetables because I have IBS and vegetables blow my stomach up. RX meds, 40 milligrams of telmisartan right now. I'm probably going to drop that soon just because my blood pressure has been getting lower. Training, I run an RP style training. If you guys want a copy of my training program, I have it free on the website. You can go download it for free. I have a bunch of other stuff up there, some DC trainings, a power building program. If you want to download free training programs, they're up there. Remember, my goal on prep is to not lose muscle, don't get hurt, and lose fat. I have a modified PPL because of my shoulder. Also, my shoulders are my stronger body part, so I only train shoulders once a week. Chest is also probably my second strongest body part, so I train that twice a week. I train back twice a week. Train chest once a week. So I train back twice a week, and I train legs twice a week. Rep scheme, I usually keep a rep or two in reserve. Just, where my rep speed starts to slow down, we'll stop there. It's another thing that drives me nuts. Guys are like, you can't grow unless you go to failure. I haven't trained to failure in 6-7 years. And I think I've had more growth than just about anybody on the planet from age 45 to 50. I don't know how many people have grown as much as me from age 45 to 50. I try to train smart. If I get hurt from training heavy and from training like a knucklehead, I can't be in the gym. If I'm not in the gym, I'm not going to grow. It's really that simple. So my rep schemes right now are 10 to 12 reps on compound movements, 12 to 15. I'm sort of just listening to my body with the volume right now. I just see how I feel per workout. I'm not really doing a programmed volume like I usually do in the off season. Cardio is 20 minutes a list 5 times a week, and I do posing 6 times a week for 3 rounds each. Plans and thoughts. My diet adherence was perfect this week. Coach's feedback. He added more food in for the weight loss. My plan is 2 shows, Masters Nationals on July 18th, and North Americans as my backup show at the end of August. And that's it, folks. That's all I got for you this week. So that is 16 weeks out from Masters Nationals 2024. I feel pretty good about where I'm at. I appreciate your support. Thank you for all the kind comments, and I really do love each and every one of you. There are a few jerks out there, but they're far and few between. I love doing this, and I appreciate you folks a lot. Thank you for watching. For coaching or consultations, head over to www.anabolicbodybuilding.com to book your spot today. I can help you with optimizing hormones, fat loss, muscle gain, physique, athletic performance, nutrition, and health. For more information, shoot me an email at bigp3rd@gmail.com.